This test is now complete. Another job well executed.
This is Dan, a lone Tenno with a quest to defeat the Murmur. I'm Nick Engineer, let's go 0 to hero. Okay, time to get on with absolutely everything else. First things first, we have our Taxxon now. Excellent. With this we can finally equip a companion who will be helping us in our missions. Let's grab that Taxxon. And the Taxxon comes with the Artax weapon. The Artax weapon will use the same mods as our primary weapon, although at the moment it only has 2 capacity because it's unranked and I'm mastery rank 2, which means the only thing we put on is a useless fast hands. But as it gains levels, we can make use of that. The Taxxon itself, it comes with the built-in molecular conversion, and it has this assault mode ready to go. Again, the capacity is absolutely dire because it is a starting item. What I am going to do is remove molecular conversion for now, have vacuum in here, and upgrade it. There we go. So we can actually get some realistic value out of that. The assault mode and Artax are not going to do a lot. Let's do some work. Let's get some missions completed. Next one is a simple excavation. Oh wow, that actually got some kills. I did not expect that shot to do much of anything. I was just kind of firing. Now at this level, the enemies are not going to be much of a threat to the excavator, so long as I'm doing at least half the right thing I need to. Especially as we'll refill the shields every time I plug one of these in.
An artifact has been located. Proceed to the dig site.
Now I don't need to be doing continuous digs here. A single dig will be sufficient for me. And there it is. Defending the excavator without allowing it to run out of power. We even did a Nightwave with that one. Next mission we're recommended is this one here, which apparently has an invasion on it. Let's have a quick peek at that. Ah yes, we could do this 3 times over and get ourselves some mutagen mass. Let's do that. We're going to need those resources, eventually anyway. Might as well get started on them. Now, this is going to increase the level of the mission noticeably, and it's going to have us against the infested, possibly earlier than we should have seen them. Yeah, we can definitely see the difference in level here. Level 16 is a significant jump in what we're facing. And I definitely have to watch out for toxin damage, because that is new for me. That taken care of. Just for you. There we go. That is a successful mission. We do make one bit of progress on this invasion here. Now if we have a look back at it, I'm going to cancel that. It's still currently set to defense. If we come back to this later, it might rotate around into a different one, which should be a faster one to complete. So we can leave that there for now. Over here at the junction, still says we need to do 10 waves of defense over Tessera, and we need to defeat the Jackal at Fossa. Let's do Tessera first, as that is the more mundane of them to go through. Now, we just did a level 16 mission, now we're down to level 3, which just feels almost insulting in comparison. A much easier engagement. The only reason the enemies live after they're being hit in the body is because of their shield gate, which if I land the headshot, they don't even get that.
Extraction is ready.
And we picked up another ammo drum. Okay, so yeah, we got 2 separate ammo drum drops, one from an enemy and one from the round reward. That is really pitiful. That's basically just 5 endo to us. 5 endo reward is terrible for a round reward. Basically, it's a you lost reward. Better luck next time. And one more somehow is behind me. Dead. Excellent. This has given us a small amount of affinity in places. Ranking up Taxxon and Artax. Gain some basic resources, gain some basic mods, gain some basic endo. And a relic. Those will be important later. Level 6 to 8. I've upgraded the gear as close as I can now. Let's give this a try.
I expected it to be bigger.
There it is. Okay, let's see if we can't take this down in a hurry. Did that take its leg straight out?
Massive flex plates on the torso, but appendages could be a weakness.
Yeah, I can one-shot the legs
But if it
with
comes
my
down
bow.
hard, it could give you an
That's... I know this is a low-level mission, but that's still kind of wild to me. Jump over the shockwave, hit it with a Parazon. And apparently go invisible. Jump up, over the shockwave, in for the stab.
well done.
Defeated! And we got a Stalter blueprint. Very nice.
Their war profiteering will not go unpunished.
Zap these ones here. Jackal Sigil acquired.
Assassination contract complete. Great work.
Lovely. So we picked up a Stalter blueprint, which is nice except for the fact that it requires a whole bunch of pieces we can't obtain for a while. We've also picked up a Rhino Neuroptics. We're going to need the other 2 blueprints in order to construct a full Rhino. And then a variety of basic resources to help us along the way. We also have fan mail. My actions have consequences. Having done all of that, that is everything required to head to the Mercury Junction. We can skip all these other missions for now. We can get to those later. Right now, there's 10,000 credits waiting for us, a couple quests, a Boltor blueprint, fast deflection, streamline, incubator power core, 1000 salvage. Let's go do this. That's ominous. Rhino Spectre. I have an easy way to deal with you. Never mind, he iron-skinned. And cut him down. Not sure why the FPS on that particular animation is so low, but let's get started on this quest. Once awake, intercepted Grineer communications reveal that Grineer have been experimenting with some sort of bioweapon. You must investigate. Now, we've already fought the infested as a result of that invasion, but it's absolutely fine.
The Tenno! Keep them away from the specimens!
Okay, redirection, that's new.
Dr. Tengus demands absolute secrecy.
Okay, let's get rid of that one close enemy. Then we got nothing threatening us here, because it's about to be
Stay
spy vault
focused.
time.
There's a heavy unit approaching. The target console is nearby. If you trigger the alarms now, the enemy will start destroying data.
Now that gets rid of that laser grid. Doesn't seem like there's anything threatening here. I can drop down into this spot. Over that. And pop in through the floor vent here.
Excellent work.
Very quick.
Clean extraction.
Okay.
They're nearing the console. Trigger the alarms now, and they will start destroying the data.
I demoed this one previously. I just need to do the jump correctly this time. There we go. Straight in.
Data
Straight out.
extracted. They won't even know it's gone.
Actually too easy if you know what you're doing.
Who released the specimens?
The target console is nearby. If you trigger the alarms now, the enemy will start destroying data.
And because this is a low-level vault, it's got very little security on it, making it very easy for us to make our way around and through to get the loot.
Data extracted. They won't even know it's gone.
Beautiful. And that leveled up
We have
Paris.
everything we came for. Get to extraction.
Spy missions give out a surprising amount of affinity
Was it
compared to normal
Tengus?
mission objectives.
Tenno, we have an emergency situation developing. It's more infested. Get to the node I've marked on your navigation console.
Alright. No time to wait. Let's get straight to it. Exterminate the infested.
The infestation predates the Oricon era, with records of outbreaks dating back to before the radiation wars. We must prevent a new outbreak.
Back before the radiation wars. I'll be honest, I don't actually know what those are. Oh, from one of Dr. Tengu's reports, the additional test marines have arrived. The specimens tore through the previous batch much faster than predicted. Should be noted that marines who survived the longest were using fire-based weapons. The infested are vulnerable to fire. I sent a fire damage mod for you to install on your melee weapon. It should aid you in your coming mission. I think I already have this mod. Let's go defend the bomb.
The bomb will take time to arm. Protect it until it's ready for detonation.
Okay, let's do that. You know, bombs for a defense mission actually make more sense than the cryopods and waiting for... Well, it's never quite clear. If we were defending a bomb and allowing it to charge for additional blast power, that would make more sense for a defense mission. Because it's always felt odd to me just doing a defense whereupon we can leave every 5 waves. Hey, is the defense done? If it's done, then why do we have the option to stay? If it's not done, why do we have the option to leave? What's going on with that?
When this cascade bomb goes off, a wave of void energy will tear through the complex, ripping the life force from all organic matter, but leaving the structure intact. It's our only chance to stop the scourge before it starts.
Interesting, it's a void bomb. We really just throw void at anything here, don't we? Get the stun, get the
The
kill.
bomb is armed. I'm extracting you now. Good job, Tenno.
We've also received a heat saw blueprint, which we cannot yet build because it requires mastery rank 3. But the quest, once away, is complete. Okay, so we are being invited to make our way all the way over to the Mars Junction, and we have indeed completed everything for it except for the mission ahead of it. This will give us credits. Quest the Archwing, another Incubator Power Core, a Void Relic segment, a Void Relic, Frag Ore Blueprint, Iron Phoenix Stance mod, and the Quest Heart of Deimos, plus some Codex scanners we can also use. That is a whole bunch of nice rewards, and I am tempted by it. Let's go for it. Mobile defense against the Grineer.
I'm detecting a large security force heading your way. It's the Grineer.
The Grineer? Here? What? Mobile defense missions in general slightly sadden me, because they don't have any intrinsic reward. They don't give you anything for completing the mission, at least anything of real note, compared to a normal defense, which will give you a special reward every 5 waves. Oh, infested outbreak on Venus. And a Phorid manifestation on Venus as well. Interesting. I'm actually happy to be distracted by that.
Continue to defend.
We'll defend here, but then afterwards, certainly go have a look at what that's all about. But yes, let us get distracted for a moment. There was on Venus a new invasion popped up. So there was already the invasion over here, which by the way has changed over to an exterminate. But now there is also a Phorid one. Let's get distracted by these. Now this one's a much faster one to do as well, rather than defense. I am very happy to get distracted by these before we press on towards Mars. Easy to carve through. Melee is thankfully a very effective attack style early game. We can quite literally just chop it all down. Notice our first ability does not seem to have quite the same guaranteed kill because of the level of these enemies. That is where improvements in our stats will deal with it.
That was a juggernaut. They were lured out by the death of infested. Lay low and it should go
Ooh,
away.
I have no idea if I can actually handle a Juggernaut at this level. Genuinely no idea if that is something I can manage. But we're about to find out. There it is. Level 18. And full of toxin.
That did it. Here comes the juggernaut.
I have corpus support with me. And you know what? We're actually getting some progress on killing it. Jump over that toxin field, because that would be the end of this. Get rid of these ancients, because they are a big threat as well. Hello there. There we are. Now it's just you and me, buddy. You and me. Nice. We actually can take out a Juggernaut at this point. 151 enemies to this exterminate. Now I realise it's quite a large number for such a early to access mission. I didn't realize just how many we had to kill. Now let's take a little sidestep through this tunnel here. This tunnel that is always here on this particular extraction tile every single time. And if you look right here, get a curia. Oddity found, not a force to be fought. Always there. Always, always, always. If you see this 3 platform extraction, it is always just in that cave. Let us do that once more, continue to get distracted by it, because then we can get the full reward, the mutagen mass, once this invasion is completed. This puts us 3 out of 3 with the Corpus mission here. As a result, once this one completes, we'll be able to receive the mutagen mass. So, invasion, assassination, we need to do this 3 times to earn the mutagen mass. Hopefully these 3 times could also lead to a certain something extra, if we're very lucky. A bit of toxin damage I did not want to take as we enter the boss arena. Let's zap everything nearby here so I can focus on you. It's just charging at me. Oh, I didn't realize there was a pit here. Whoops. Yeah, a bit of an AoE zap in, not doing a lot. How about some melee smikes? Oh, that has cleaved through my poor little shields. Okay. This is definitely more of a boss fight than I was expecting. It's level 20 as well. That gives it a lot of extra hit points. That? No, I see those. Yeah, get blocked by my shield. Didn't see that coming, did you? Now take even more damage when I fire through the shield. Ow. Oh, those knockbacks are powerful. But so are my critical hits. The shield is about to run out. How about heavy hit slam? That did not do a lot. Whilst it's just going to stand there. Oh, cut in. At higher levels, that toxin can be lethal. How did it even hit me from there? Boom. And we picked up a Blood for Ammo Mercy kill mod, which isn't really that important to us.
They won't be bothering us anymore.
But we got it.
Let's get out of here.
This has gained us some credits, gained us a step on the assassination, gained us endo, a new Blood for Ammo mod, which I'm not sure we're going to need given the nature of our weapons, but it's nice to have. And then we've also picked up a Nyx chassis blueprint. So all 3 of the Nyx blueprint components come from the forward here. If we're very, very lucky, we might get all 3 of them in these 3 mission runs here.
Your target is an aberration of twisted flesh. Put the thing out of its misery.
Do a zap of the area, clear out a lot of the fodder.
This one is a handful.
Clear away the disruptor. Oh. And I nullified myself by going out of bounds. Again, clear up a lot of the fodder. Oh. I got a little bit wrecked there. I am being reckless. I'm going to need to be more careful. Especially with all of these ancients at this level. This mission is not going to mess around. And with the toxin bonuses as well. I'm out of energy, so I can't cast to get rid of these. This is a lot of nasties. Ow. did finally find more energy. That toxin is murdering me. I did not have that difficulty the first time. There's just so many of these nasty things. But now I've cleaned them up. Now I stand a chance. This is what happens when you come under gear to these fights. Oof. Whoop. Dodge him. Ah, damn knockdown. If you spam jump whilst knocked down, if you hit it at just the right time, you'll end up bouncing back quicker. But it's still frustrating. Nearly got it. Got it. And this time, we picked up Fatal Acceleration, another blood for ammo. But also, we picked up a Nyx Systems blueprint. So having the Volt Shield came in very, very handy there. Both for the bonus damage, and also for blocking projectiles. And it seems like I was getting toxin projectiles thrown at me. Here comes those projectiles. Blocked by the shield. Get another shield up. Another Toxin Ancient has arrived, so let's get rid of it quickly. Whoop! That was close.
Stay focused. There's a heavy unit approaching.
Okay, so that is dispensed up. I appear to be attacked by something somewhere. Again, shield protecting from those projectiles. I don't have enough energy left to cast another one of these shields when I need it, and it just ran out. So I can only hope that no more projectiles get thrown my way right now until I find more energy. The thing with toxin projectiles is they bypass shields entirely, and I do not have a lot of health. Not for this level. And not against a boss unit. Oh, here they come. Oh, God, it's an instant kill. The only defense I have against that is the shield. Luckily, because of my starting energy, when I do have to respawn like that, I get a bunch of energy back. If anything has ever shown the value of starting energy, it's that. Oh God, there's a whole bunch of new enemies. But it goes to show what the real threat is. It's not necessarily the Toxin Ancients, it is those Toxin Spines that Forrid fires at me. Keeping the shield up is necessary for that. And once again, just shows the sheer value of Volt. No other starting Warframe could have those protections. There we are. Another blood for ammo. It's the same mod again, unfortunately. But we can melt it down for Endo.
Target down. Assassination contract complete.
Nyx Neuroptics. Oh, would you look at that. The luck is real. All 3 Nyx blueprints acquired in 3 runs. And let's have a quick peek at the Nyx pieces. Let's see what Nyx requires to build in total now. In order to build Nyx, we are going to need a control module, 220 plastids, and a neural sensor. Otherwise, we have the materials. In order to fully build Nyx, though, you also need to get Nyx's main blueprint, which will be right here for 25,000 credits, and to bring it together requires an Orokin cell, another resource we have not yet seen. So as much as we've got the main blueprints, we are still a ways away from building the Nyx Warframe. But that is fine. Let's head back to our objective, the Mars Junction. Well, that's ominous. Heavy slams. Absolutely breaks the floor and breaks his face. Wonderful. 15,000 credits. Some of the rewards, it blinked too quickly for me to see it, but it's the same rewards we saw earlier. Relic, weapon, mods, quest, the whole lot.
Is that a Void Relic segment? Ordis hasn't seen one of those in, well, forever.
Let's install this.
Operator, Ordis wonders, what are you thinking about?
I'm thinking that is where we're going to leave it for right now. We have made our way through a number of quests and got all the way to this Void Relic segment. A fully ranked vault, all the blueprints for Nyx, made our way to Mars. I think this is a job well done. Dan is on his way to defeating the Murmur.